Hey guys, welcome to Knit in the Zone. I'm Jen, and this is a vlog about all things yarn, knitting, sometimes crochet, and sometimes some other random fun things too. This is episode 49, and before we get started, I just want to say a quick thank you to everyone who is joining me. Welcome to new viewers, and welcome back to returning viewers. I also want to let you know where you can find me across all of the social media things. I am Nitty Gritty Vegan on Ravelry. You can follow me on Instagram. I have two accounts. I have one for my hand-dyed artisan yarn shop, which is Train Track Fiber Designs, and I have one for Knit in the Zone. And then you can also get all of the clickable links for everything I mentioned at knitinthezone.com. You can also go to my hand-dyed artisan yarn shop at traintrackfiberdesigns.com. That's where I sell all of the hand-dyed yarns that I dye. It is not a physical store, it is online only, but be sure to check it out because I have a lot of fun things in stock and things are constantly rotating and getting new things put in. So I think that is everything. This is episode 49 and this will be the last full regular episode for 2017. So next week what I'll be doing is putting up a favorites video, so that'll go up the week of Christmas, so you guys will see that on December 28th. But then I'll be back in January, of course, with normal episodes again. So this week I am not stocking anything. I decided to kind of go back on that stocking diet because I've added quite a few things to my queue, and I have a few things that I really am very interested in making that you guys have already seen, so I just didn't put anything in the queue this week. So yeah, because I kind of want to make another cowl, and I had added quite a few of those last week. And then I kind of want to make the Sunset Highway sweater possibly soon. So anyways, since I have my queue kind of full, oh, and more of those birds. So since I have my queue kind of full and what I really want to make, I just didn't bother to look, because anytime you go looking on Ravelry, there are so many fun things. If you're not really interested in making anything different and you already have something in your mind, it's better just to beep and not go look. In my opinion anyway. So I don't have anything to show you guys that I stocked, but I do have a finished object, and then I do have projects that I've worked on. So I'm gonna get started and show you what I've worked on this week. This might be a shorter episode, just so you guys know. So I did work on my scrappy sock blanket, and this lives in my fringe supply company bag. It's the field bag. And there's all my little blingy blings, my enamel pins. I haven't got any new ones. I just haven't shown you guys in a while, so just wanted to show those off. All right, so I have put some squares in since I showed you guys last. Unfortunately, I don't know really the last thing that I showed you guys, because I have these little progress keepers on here, but I don't know if I moved them last time. But I do know I worked on it, so I wanted to show you guys what I've done. I've got a massive tangle right here. Okay, so I don't know if you can really even see how big it is. It is growing quite a bit. So I think, so this is actually the side. So whenever you hold it, this is the side. But because if it wasn't long enough, if you're a new viewer, I had done 10 squares wide, and then I was gonna go 30 tall approximately. I mean, obviously I don't know because I'm not done with it, but that was what I had kind of imagined. But then after I had gotten quite a ways done, I had gotten, I don't know, some. I decided that 10 was not going to be wide enough, so then I went ahead and added 2 more, so now it's 12 wide, but I'm adding them, so that's why it's kind of got wonky bits. But I think the last thing I showed you guys was whenever I added this one. So I've added these additional, I don't know if I was on this one or if I was on this one and then I moved it. But anyway, I've added 4 squares this way. All of these are from Knit Crate. The pink and purple, the teal, and the grayish white, those are from Knit Crate minis from November 2017. And this one I think is from October 2017. This is something from my shop. This was lavender leaves, and I think this was already on here last time I showed you guys. And what is this? Oh, that's just a block from Train Track Fiber Designs. but that is one of the pops in my speckle and pop. But I think I showed you guys those last time. I don't know. But anyway, so I added those, at least those 4, possibly more. And then up at the top, which is over here, I have added, okay, so I think I might have been on this one last time I showed you guys, possibly. I might have been over here. I don't know. Anyways, but this is the yellow pop in my speckle and pop, if I didn't show you guys that. And then these, what is this, 5? These 5, this is my pink pop from my speckle and pop. This is that same teal from the Knit Crate November 2017 box. This is my TTFD Halloween 2017 colorway from Train Track Fiber Designs. This is the same pink that I put in the bottom. And this right here, this is What If You Fly from Train Track Fiber Designs. And then the one that I'm adding right now, it has fallen. Hold on. Okay. The one that I'm adding right now, this is also from Knit Crate from November 2017, but it looks like this. So I just have like barely any on there. So that's what I'm adding. And actually right now, while I'm filming, I'm gonna go ahead and move these place markers, because like that way at least we all know I've moved them. Because I don't even know. I feel like sometimes I'm like, oh yeah, I've showed you guys this, and then I've moved them like thinking I've shown you, or either I've moved them and like not, or I've shown you and then not moved them, if that makes sense. So anyway, I've just moved both of these. So there. And then my progress keepers that I'm using, I probably should mention that as well. So the progress keepers and stitch markers, this is from Knitty by Nature, and this is just a little corn cob. I had got it for like the fall. I had also gotten a little scarecrow from her and a little jack-o'-lantern. Oh, and a little vampire, like little vampire teeth. But I felt like the corn cob was just cute, so I left it. I know it's like December, but anyway. And then this one is a little lighthouse. I had got this in the summer. And then this is a little snowflake from her. And this one's the only one that I guess is really seasonably appropriate right now. But that's my progress keepers and stitch markers. They're all from Knitty by Nature. I really like her stuff. And that's the progress I've made on my scrappy sock yarn blanket. I'll link to that pattern. I'll also link to the stitch markers at knitinthezone.com. The next thing I'm working on, this is a pair of socks. These are the On Hold socks by Wendy D Johnson. And I showed you guys this last week, and I had not made a whole lot of progress, but I have pretty much worked on them a whole lot since last time I showed you guys. So I have pretty much almost a whole sock. I'm still going to go up a few inches, but I have, my toes are done obviously because I do toe up. And then on the heel, I decided just to do like the little back flap, because I do a slip stitch heel, but it has a heel flap. I don't know if there's other slip stitch heels or not, but anyway, so I just did my flap in a contrasting color, and then I'm going to do the cuff in a contrasting color as well. I'm going to put my hand in this so you can actually see the design on it, because I think they're really pretty. So this is the On Hold pattern by Wendy D Johnson. I am knitting this on, what is this? Is this a size 0? This is a US 0, which is a 2mm needle, and these are my Chiagu red lace needles. I really like these a lot. I just got them over the summer, and I was using wooden needles for socks, and I was primarily using Knit Picks, just their, either their rainbow wood or their Sunstruck or any of theirs, just their fixed circular needles. But I needed a size 0, and I didn't have one. I'd broken my other size 0 or something, so I decided I would just kind of try these because I'd heard good things about them. And honestly, I love these. They were a little bit more money than the knit picks. I think they were like $14 or something. I think the knit picks ones are like $6. So it's, you know, kind of double the money. But the cord on this is amazing. It doesn't fight you. You know how if you've ever used like circular needles at all, sometimes the cord will fight you until you get like to a certain point where there's a certain amount of weight on it where it can kind of like just be forced into submission. This cord, it doesn't fight you. And it has like, I don't know if you can see. It's like got some type of actual metal looking cable in there. And then it has like a, I don't know, I guess I'll just call it a plastic coating. I don't really know. But I thought whenever I saw that, I was thinking, oh no, that is going to get kinked up. Because whenever I do 2 at a time, I do my socks 2 at a time. And there's some points where, you know, you have this scooted down like this and it has just such a tiny little amount. I was thinking it was going to get a bend and like kink up, but it hasn't at all. And I'm not really gentle on sock needles. So yeah, that's what I'm using. And then let me see, what else can I tell you about this? This is a stitch marker from Nitty by Nature. This is a little Christmas tree from her shop. And then the yarn that I'm using, I'm actually using obviously 2 different ones since I have contrasting toe. The main part of the sock, this is a yarn from Train Track Fiber Designs. It's called Quiet Things. And you can see it has speckles. So it's gray, white, and then it has speckles of purple, teal, it has some pink in there, and then I think that's the only colors that are speckled. Yeah. So how's that? And then the contrasting toe is just, I think it's Gummy Berry from my shop, which is just a solid that I have. I'm out of stock of both of these colors right now because I was letting my shop just kind of go on vacation almost for the holidays, but I do have some stuff in there, but I don't have a whole lot right now. So my solids are completely sold out right now. But this is the bottom of the other sock. And this is on my Meadow MCM base, and I've never made MCM socks, but I cannot wait to have them finished. Like, I'm so excited about these. I love my hand knit socks. I've never done MCM socks, so I'm really excited, and I'm hoping I'll have these done, you know, in time to wear them for Christmas. I think I should, because I have a couple days and I don't have far to go. So they're almost done though. And then I wanted to tell you guys about this book. This is where I got my sock pattern from. So this is from Wendy D Johnson, and it's Socks from the Toe Up. And there are, how many patterns are there in here? I don't know. There's a lot of patterns in here. This is just a list of the patterns that are in here. So, I mean, you can see there's quite a few. And I got this book probably in 2015, and I have enjoyed this a whole lot. I don't know how many socks I've knit from this book. I mean, I've knit, gosh, I don't know. I've knit over half of the socks in here. I wish I told you a count of how many there were. I probably could have looked at that before I started filming. But yeah, I think it's well worth it. Okay, it says with more than 20 patterns. So there's over 20. I have probably knit at least 10, maybe more patterns from this book. All of them have fit really well. And of course, they're all just really pretty. She does a really good job. I'm not going to show you like everything in the book, obviously, because that's not a good thing to do. But just trying to find some that are just a really good example of how beautiful these are. So these are really pretty. I don't even know if you can see it. There's everything from lace socks, like cable socks. I'm trying to think what else is there. Lace socks, cable socks. Yeah. Like the Gansey socks, like textured socks like this. This is just textures. So there's a lot of different stuff, but they're really pretty. I love every sock in here, and I'll probably make, you know, before it's all said and done, I'll probably make every sock in this book because I just like this a lot. And the patterns are written really well. They're written and charted, so that's awesome. So I like that. And then I think that's everything that I've been working on. I want to show you what I finished though. So I am done mostly with my Sew Faded. This is how it turned out. I love it. I really like the length of the sleeves. I love the way that everything turned out on it. I have not done my blocking yet, and so I haven't weaved in the ends yet, because I like to block before I weave in my ends, just so I can make sure that there's nothing funky that I need to like go back and fix, because if for some reason I need to fix something, I feel like it would be easier to fix it, you know, if I didn't have the ends weaved. So this is what it looks like. It fits really nice. Of course, I've tried it on. And then the sleeves, whenever I hold it like this, it looks like they're shorter than they are, but this whole part is ribbed, and so it stretches quite a bit. So whenever you wear it, the sleeves actually are, you know, longer than they are whenever they're on here. And then, in case you haven't watched the other episodes, I'll just tell you, I did a DK weight yarn rather than the fingering weight that it calls for. I did stick with the stitch count for the size, well, I did 2 different stitch counts. I did size 34 for the top part, and then this part I did do waist shaping, so I decreased to the size, the stitch count for the size 30, and then I went back out to the size 34. And you can see it has like a big, whatever. You can see that there's major shaping going on, but I have like a larger behind and hips area, so trust me, that is not obvious on. It looks obvious here, but whenever I put it on, it's not at all. And then I felt like this was a little bit too gappy right here, but whenever I tried it on, I didn't have a bra. So whenever I tried it on after I finished it and I did have a bra on, it's like, oh, okay, that is right. So yeah, it's just, you know, gravity. So that did fit correctly. So I'm very happy with that. The pattern does not call for waist shaping, so I just added that in. I kind of want it to be more of like a bodycon type shape sweater rather than just a big oversized sweater. I have quite a few sweaters that are oversized. I don't really have a lot that are fitted, so I wanted one that was fitted. But yeah, overall, I'm super happy with it. I am going to block it. I wanted to block it yesterday. I wanted to block it yesterday, but I didn't, because I wanted to have it so I could show you guys. Because like I said, I know next week I'm not actually going to do a real episode, so, you know, I wouldn't have this to show. But I'm going to block it as soon as I get done filming, like immediately. But yeah, so I'm very happy with it. I think it's beautiful. And I also want to tell you guys what I have left for yarn. So I have quite a bit left. These are DK weight yarns. I think there's 240 yards on this. They're 100 grams a piece. And so I'll just go through. Let me see if I can figure out how to do this without making a total mess. So for the part that I used for the yoke part, which is this orange one, I have 43 grams left. And these were 100 gram skeins. So I have 43 grams left of that. For the next part, which is the yellowy part, which I did use on the sleeves, you know, and it goes all the way to here. So I used it on both of those parts. I don't have much of that. I have 6 grams left of that. So I don't have much. And then the next color down is sweet wheat. So that is this brown. Here's the brown. It's right here and right here. And so for that third color, I have 9 grams left. So once again, not a whole lot. And then keep in mind, out of the yellowy, the second color, that's called Not the Sun, and then the sweet wheat, I did arms and body on those. So that's why there's quite a bit less. And then for this lighter green color, which I used some on the sleeves, but I didn't use, you know, obviously I didn't use as much. Like, I had quite a ways left here. But for that one, hold on, I dropped my paper that has my information. Okay, for that first green color, I have 19 grams left. So 19 grams of that left. And then for the last green color, which is just, it's only used on the bottom part. But I did go back out to the next size up on that part. So I have 42 grams of that left. So The reason I'm telling you that is if you have maybe bits of yarn and you don't have 5 colors or however many colors you want to fade with, I'm trying to let you know so that you can, maybe figure it out and incorporate those colors however you wanted, and don't feel scared. Like if you have 50 grams of something left, I still have 43, yeah, so I guess you need more than 50. Anyway, if you have made like a pair of socks out of some stuff and then you have some leftover yarn, you could probably get away with putting it into the sweater and have quite a bit in there. But I do have all of that information on my Ravelry page for this. I did go through and update it so you can kind of, compare notes or whatever. I definitely recommend having a yarn scale whenever you do something like this where you're changing colors, or I guess even if you're just doing sleeves and you're playing yarn chicken, because on this part where I was going from the yellow into the tan, I used my yarn scales and I split what was left because I'd already done, the body, and then you separate for the arms. So I split what was left, and then I did whatever amount it calls for. I'm not going to spoil it for you if you haven't knit it, but it tells you approximately how far to go with each one. And so I had weighed it to see how many grams it took to do a row on my arm. So I would know, do I have enough to keep going? Do I need to make this section shorter or whatever? So yarn scale came in really, really handy with that. You can get yarn scales pretty much anywhere. You can also get like a food scale. That is a really easy way to get one for pretty inexpensive, like a food scale. You can get them at probably anywhere, just looking like the kitchen section. And as long as it goes to grams, you're good. So yeah, I would definitely recommend that. But the last thing I want to say about this, I did stick with a size 5 needle that the pattern called for. I'm very happy with it. I definitely think that you should try it out if you haven't made it. It's super simple. It would be a really good sweater project if you've not made a sweater and you're wanting to, because it is like raglan top down, so it's super easy. But then that color change, it gives you, a little bit of fun rather than just, just knitting a plain one color sweater. Not that there's anything wrong with a one color sweater, but it does give you, a little fun in there too. So there's that. And then I don't have anything else to really show you guys. So I do want to say, as of right now, while I'm recording this, there are a few things left in the shop that are one of a kinds. All of the solids are out of stock. I think I have a few things that are staple colorways that are left in the shop, but mostly everything is one of a kind that's left right now. And I am shipping still, every day, obviously up until this runs out and I do a shop update. So yeah, that's what I have. And I'm not really going to go through all of this, but you can see there's lots of fun colors. So go check it out if you are interested in getting some yarns. And then I wanted to mention this too. Last week, whenever I talked to you guys, I told you I'd ordered a pack of little tiny double point needles. And so this is the ones I got. These are just the Susan Bates ones. It's the sock set, and it comes in sizes US 000 through US 1, which is a 1.5 millimeter through 2.25 millimeter. And this is what the needles look like. So they are a metal needle. I didn't know. I think whenever I talked to you guys, I didn't know what it was, because I just ordered them. But the only thing that was kind of weird is they just came in here. They were all thrown in here. They weren't like labeled or anything. So I thought that was kind of a little bit of a strange thing. But I think I paid like less than $6 for this. So what do you expect? But what I did whenever I got them, they are all different colors. And it's pretty obvious which ones are which, because you can see, you can tell this one's thinner than this one, But what I did whenever I got them, just to kind of keep from having to grab more than one needle out of my little jar and look, I just took little hair elastics and I printed out a little label for each one that just says what it is. So I think it might be backwards for you guys. I don't know. But anyway, and I just tied it on there with a little hair elastic. That might make them bend because some of these are really thin, but I kind of don't really care. So, you know, anyway, but that's what I did. If you guys are having trouble keeping up with what needles are what with these, rather than having to get your needle gauge out every time, just get a pack of the little bitty hair elastics and then like print out or write whatever. I just folded these up, and so it's actually 3, like a tri-fold situation on this to make it thicker so it won't rip in there. So yeah, I'm sure it'll rip eventually, but for now it works. So I think that's everything that I have for you guys this week. And I haven't been reading anything lately. I think I told you that. I did find a show on Amazon. It's called The Beginning of Everything, and it's really good. I started watching that 2 or 3 days ago, so I'm really excited. I think there's 10 episodes and this is season 1, so I'm going to finish watching that probably tonight. And then The Crown is back. I don't know when it came out, but I'm excited about that. So it's Crown season 2, and I'm going to start watching that tonight, probably after I finish The Beginning of Everything. So I think that's everything I have for you guys today. Don't forget, next week on the 28th, which is the week of Christmas, I will only be doing favorites videos. I'm going to do 2. I'm going to do one for knitting favorites, and then I'm going to do one for random stuff favorites. That's going to include like food and beauty products and just things I've really liked through 2017. I know we don't talk about that a lot on the channel, so I'm going to do it in 2 separate videos just in case you guys don't care. That way you can just get the knitting favorites, you know, and not watch the other crap if you don't want to. So anyways, thank you guys so much for joining me today. I hope you have a very Merry Christmas, and I will see you guys next week, but not really. So I will see you guys in 2018. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I hope you guys have an awesome holiday. Bye, guys.